Oh, hello, Willers. Thank you very much for being here. Also, I want to welcome our new community members. We received around 40 plus in the last week. Welcome. Please do not forget to download the app at wilco.in/download so you can start earning wheelies and especially the digital collectibles. Also, TJ, a great community member, made a suggestion to create a channel for questions for people who are not going to be in the call. So we created, as you can see, the AMA questions channel. You will see it right there. So, so we can chat there, or also you can type your questions in the forum style, which will be divided by month. So the community members will be able to see the conversations and questions we had in each community call. Speaking about the forum style channel, we created the Wheelers World Forum channel, which is for all different languages we have in the community. Why we made that change? Well, having so many channels creates less engagement, and also some community members speak more than one language, so and they want to interact with other people in the community. So yeah, that's all. Again, thank you guys for being here. Boyd, Mike is all yours. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Danielle. Just let me know if you can't hear. In our last AMA, I spoke about the first 3 cities joining. I just didn't tell you the names of the cities. You're the first in the world to find out which ones they are. They're the first. There are 3 cities in the Skåne region of Sweden, bordering Copenhagen, Malmö, Lund, and Helsingborg. People like Thyssen probably knows who they are because he lives in Scandinavia. I mentioned in the last session, if you look in this screen in this bus, you'll see the Wheelcoin graphics. They have 2 screens in their buses and their trains, well, more than that. And they've agreed to promote Wheelcoin in all of these different infotainment systems they have. And it's pretty exciting. So we're actually delivering them a video for the soft launch at the end of this month. Around or just after May 20th, they're going to start sharing a video that's going to have a QR code, encourage locals to download the app. And then we're going to partner with them on other things. Then in June and July, they're going to be doing their own video ads in Swedish to promote Wheelcoin to their community. We're going to have a special collectibles collection that promotes this transit in their region, the 3 cities. 90 collectibles or so, 80 something. And I'm going to come back to that because we've got some really exciting things coming up around the collectibles. I'm sharing some alpha with you today, which I always like to share alpha, where if you come to these things, you get to find out things other people don't know yet. And then they're going to offer us several transit discounts for Wheelcoin users in the region who can burn Wheelcoin to get discounts on public transit, which I think is a really cool development for Wheelcoin as a community. If we can get cities around the world to do that, imagine that's just, you basically get free or discounted. You get discounted public transit for earning Wheelcoin from the government. It's like a really big endorsement for the value of Wheelcoin for the world, for climate, etc. Those 3 cities in Sweden are part of the 120 city network in the EU called the Net Zero Cities network. So exciting stuff there. Next slide will be, whoops. I can't yet say the name of this city, but it's a major city in Latin America, is our next Wheelcoin for Cities partner. And Danielle and I are also in active talks with other cities in Latin America as well. So hope to get more cities there and around the world on board who are going to be embracing, supporting Wheelcoin like the Swedish ones are. Pretty soon I'll be able to tell you which city this is. It's a very big city with many millions of people that live there. And they're flying me there next month to do different things, including like a public ceremony where we'll be like signing the agreement supposedly, and announcing the partnership with Wheelcoin there and their community, and having meetings around ways we can collaborate to grow the Wheelcoin community in the region. So that's cool development. I'll let you know. You'll probably be the first in the world to know which city it is. I just am probably a little too early to tell you. I have another we have a meeting with them every week for 30 minutes. So we have another one in the next hour. So I might even be more comfortable sharing with you after that meeting. Let's see, but I'll be able to share it soon. New features coming to the app. So in the last AMA, we talked a lot about these digital assets, and I give you a demo of how it's going to work in the app. That we only have the NFTs on chain right now, but in the next few weeks, we will have WHL, the Wheelcoin Reward Token, and the collectibles on chain. And if you were on the AMA last time, you'll know that we've done all this very extensive work in the design so that users can actually move their assets between the app and their wallet. And then you can sell it, trade it, do whatever you want, whether that's WHL, your NFTs, your collectibles, etc. We're really close with that. I'm not supposed to guarantee dates because, there's engineering work that's not easy to predict, but I would be very surprised if all of that is not live this month, so that you'll be able to trade WHL on Uniswap. You'll be able to buy and sell and trade the collectibles, etc.
Hello.
So that's coming. That's the thing I wrote on the left. The reason I didn't put any graphics in is because I did a deep demo of that functionality in our last AMA, so I wasn't going to use the energy on that one. I briefly mentioned this before in one of our AMAs, I think, but we're almost ready to roll out this subscription plan, which is basically, if you want to have you'll see the kinds of benefits you get if you sign up for this. We have a 10X one too, which is $9.99. It doesn't show up on the screen. Being honest with you, I'm going to go with the 5X one, which is €5 a month. And then you get extra stuff. Like you get 5 wheelies for every WHL you earn every day. So if I earned, like yesterday, I earned 4 wheel coin. Yesterday, if I was already on this subscription, I would have earned 4 wheel coin and 20 wheelies. Well, as you know, wheelies can be used for all the in-app things like discounts and acquiring more collectibles. They're just not on chain, so you can't sell wheelies, but you can use them for in-app purchases. It has other benefits too, such as, we don't have it on there, but you'll see very soon. So this is 2X, so you get 2 times your wheel coin for earning, and this is 5X. So the team is done with that work. It's in QA right now, so that it'll be able to be live in the app very soon for anyone who wants to do that. This is coming not as soon, but it's being developed. We've had a lot of users ask for history functionality. I get annoyed myself when I go back. Like I want to see, especially because I'm always pitching Wheelcoin to investors and cities, and I want to show like a specific day because for whatever reason, I think something I did on that day would be interesting for the people I'm speaking to. And I always have to like scroll back, 4, 5, 7, 8 days, whatever it is. But we're going to be able to have a way where you can like go to whatever date you want to see, how you performed that day. You can go day, week, or month. You're going to see a breakdown of your Wheelcoin and emission savings by mode. And we're also going to actually show you your emissions, your total carbon emissions for that period. Not just how many you saved with Wheelcoin, but your carbon footprint. So maybe I earned, 18 Wheelcoin, but I also generated emissions. I'll know how many emissions I created. And in the future, we'll let you pay for carbon offsets or do other things if you want to do that. Also coming soon, very soon, I would say, is the ability to view multiple collectible programs. So as you know, this OG collection was 100 collectibles from 20 cities in 10 countries where we had active users. I'm at 92% of that one. People keep asking, like, when are we going to stop minting of that? And we also had people saying, please don't stop minting until at least we're allowing the ability to trade and buy and sell the collectibles on chain. So we postponed the end of the minting until at least then. I don't have an exact date, but here's what I think is going to happen. Sometime in June, and we'll let you know, we're going to stop the minting of the first OG collection. And so when you burn WHL to get a surprise box, you won't get this collection anymore. You'll get the next one. And you might want to know, what's the next one? Here's some other, I think, super cool alpha. I think it's cool. You guys will have to tell us if you think it's cool.
Awesome. It's really cool.
We are doing a much larger collection. Some of you might know COP, Conference of the Parties. It's the annual United Nations conference about climate change, where governments, presidents, NGOs, so nonprofits that are focused on promoting climate action, all go to these events all around the world. Every year it's hosted in a different city. This is total alpha. Nobody knows this until now. We have almost 500 collectibles that are being developed that represent all the cities that have hosted the Conference of the Parties event since the event was started 25 years ago or whatever. This year we're on COP 28. Some years have had more than one COP. That's why I think it's more like 25 years of COP. I can't remember. And some cities have had sponsored COP more than once. So we have collectibles from every city that has ever hosted a COP, Conference of the Parties. I went to one many years ago after I published my first book called Climate Capitalism. It was in Cancun. That's the only one I've ever been to. This year it's in Dubai, and I do plan to go. I've been invited as part of GITEX Impact, which is this massive tech event in Dubai. This year they have a theme around impact and climate change because they're hosting the COP28. So all those cities will have collectibles. How are we designing the collectibles? So unlike the ones we have now, which were designed simply by our in-house designer, these are being designed using OpenAI and DALL-E AI software. So we have a AI engineer. We did some prompt engineering to come up with, like, how do you ask the AI design the right way to generate collectibles that represent important areas of the cities that we want to represent in the collectibles campaign. So there's going to be about 500 for all the cities around the world. These are some of the early designs that we're getting from our AI design work. And we will still have rare ones. So the rare ones will probably have like a gold border around them like the current ones do. The name of the transit stop will be underneath the things like we do now, kind of. And then when you come back to this, the slide before it, now you know that, like, when we have this, you will see like this image representing this first OG collection, and you'll have 92% of this one. And then you have this new COP collection, and you have 14%. You will no longer be able to mint these, but you can acquire them so that you get to 100%. Remember that we are going to factor in, if you have all 100 of these in our airdrop for WFT, the governance token. And we will do the same probably for the next collections too, but the weighting will almost certainly be more valuable on these than on these. These will be harder though, because there's going to be 500 almost. And we're also going to be doing with this collection a lot more that are for the Wheel Coin for Cities. As we get new cities joining the program, we'll be launching new collectibles for their city. We haven't actually totally decided if those collectibles belong in this COP collection, or we might have a simultaneous separate category of collectibles, and maybe you burn a wheel coin and you randomly get one of the Wheel Coin for Cities collectibles or the COP collectibles. We haven't decided that yet, and if you guys have some ideas you want to share with us and Danielle, feel free to do so. One last thing about this is not a promise, but it's something we're looking into, and I hope we can do. So please, I know sometimes people think everything I say, like I'm promising it, it has to happen tomorrow or the day I think it will, because it doesn't always work that way. We're looking into whether we can have some kind of geolocated aspect of the collectibles. So that, for example, the formula would be biased towards collectibles closer to you. So if you lived in Malmo, if we do this, you might have a better chance of randomly getting a collectible from your city than randomly getting one from Tokyo or Bangladesh or somewhere else that you don't live. We're working on that because we've had a lot of users have asked for it, but also the cities are asking us if we can do that because they would like the residents of their cities to have a good chance of getting all their collectibles, to become mayor of their city and all those other things. So we're looking into that. This is more alpha, not done yet. Danielle and I have a call in a couple hours with them. The X Prize was originally founded by Elon Musk. It's a program designed to encourage innovation around climate action. They have a new program around Web3. And I've been in private talks with the leader of their Web3 initiative for 6 months, off and on. I don't mean we talk every day or every week or even every month, but we've been talking off and on for 6 months. And I'm pretty sure you're going to hear from me or Danielle very soon about the first sort of smaller collaboration on our path to doing a bigger collaboration with them. Pretty exciting. It's a very huge brand name in climate. Tons of venture capitalists, tons of tech innovators, governments are very engaged in X Prize because it's all about how can we accelerate the path to the low carbon economy. So I'm excited about where this partnership could go, and hopefully the first effort will happen very soon and you'll hear about it. Let me see, do I have anything else? This might have been my last slide. I can't remember if I had one more slide. No, that's it. So now I'm going to go to Q&A.
Boyd, if you go to do you see the AMA questions channel?
Oh, I should go to in the Discord questions.
Yeah.
Not in this chat on the right.
You will see, yes. In the right, you will see the May community call. Just click in there. We have questions already from the community.
Where do I'm sorry, there's an echo when you're speaking, Danielle. I'm not able to hear you extremely well to know what. There's a separate AMA questions, right?
Yes.
I don't see any in there. Are there any?
Yeah, you will see the May community call questions, the channel.
Community call, got it. Oh, it's not showing me everything because I am not like validated yet, I guess.
I don't think so.
Testing. Let's see, it's like I have to make my first post before it lets me see, apparently.
Do you see it now? That's weird.
It's not letting me see any of them.
It's really weird.
It's not, it looks to me like it says like only moderators can see this. So it's like I'm not even eligible to see it or something. I don't know.
What about now? Can you see it now? So weird. Let me tag you in there.
Now I can. Okay. Oh, these are some questions from yesterday, but they are people that weren't able to come or whatever. So I should start with those, right?
Exactly, yes.
How does that register if I'm on an e-scooter or an e-car? I think I've shared this before. We don't right now. We do have plans this year, but no promises because we're so busy with all these other things, focused mostly on getting everything on chain, which is what everyone wants us to do, that we haven't had the time to really focus on how we can improve that on the detection. But we do want to start with EV cars this year. We have an idea about how to do that, but we haven't been able to validate we can do it. But we're going to find a way, and I hope at least this year we have electric cars. In the future, scooters as well, probably. Where do we want to be in 5 years? Well, that's a good question. I mean, we have a pretty ambitious, long-term plan. Some of it's included in the white paper, but I think there's a lot of nuances to answering that question. I think Wheelcoin will be much bigger than you think it will be in terms of, I don't just mean users, but I mean where it's being used. And what I mean by that is there's growing demand from a range of huge players who would like to have Wheelcoin be embedded in some app or something they already have or they wanted to have. So there's some, likely we're in negotiations for some white label versions where like a major company would have the exact same app all of you have and I have, but it would have their branding on it. But everything would work the same. The token economics would be the same. It would still be emitting Wheelcoin. They'd still be using the NFTs like all of us. So everything would be the same, but it would be like a copy paste version of the app we're using with their brand. So that's something I think is going to happen almost certainly this year and maybe more than once. And then maybe in the future, Wheelcoin will be part of other solutions as well. Like there's a lot of interest for Wheelcoin to be part of more aggregated impact solutions where like you could have one single app that like aggregates all of your impact from everything you do in your life, recycling, saving energy somehow, eating organic food, whatever. There's a lot of interest in Wheelcoin being part of those kinds of things too. I don't think we as a company and project team will be proactively involved in trying to create tokens and benefits for non-mobility choices. We think other companies are better at that than us. We think we're great at mobility because we've been doing mobility for more than 5 years. The other thing I would say in the 5 years is that I hope that Wheelcoin is entirely decentralized by then. So everything is decided and managed, the treasury of revenues, everything is managed by the governance of the WFT token holders. And then we are just, as a project founding team, we're just other members, token holders, and concerned, committed partners. Collaborations, I just talked about. The cities are the thing I'm really excited about right now. Also excited about the X Prize I just talked about. Danielle and I had a really exciting call yesterday for an entire Latin American partner on discounts, which would be very valuable based on the user feedback we've gotten on the types of discounts you want to be. So those are some big discounts or big partnerships I'm excited about. New features I already talked about. Countries expanding to. I mean, Wheelcoin is already being used in about 100 countries around the world. Now, being used is one thing. Having like formal partners and launching with cities, that's a different thing, right? So that's something that's in ongoing evolution as we engage with cities and partners around the world. And as we get more partners, we'll let you know. But hopefully, increasingly we'll have active partners in many important countries all around the world. Any collabs with car manufacturers is from Thyssen. Many in discussions. And and not just OEMs that are car manufacturers. We're also having talks with companies that like manage electric leasing programs for companies, for employees that are interested in partnering with us. I know the Volvo On Demand solution, and well, they have an entire brand they built called oh, LY something, Link, LYNK, which is like a car built for sharing immediately. You can buy it, but it can be part of a peer-to-peer car sharing network. We do have OEM discussions, car manufacturer discussions happening on a fairly frequent basis. So probably someday we will partner with one. They're big, they're slow. Takes longer to get them to buy into stuff. Andrew, my friend and I bought. Is my friend? He is new and loves the app since I showed him. So most of the stuff you've talked about, he never heard. Awesome, thanks, Andrew. Andrew's one of our super users. Multiple NFTs, I think, as an ambassador, engaged ambassador. So we'll be doing more with Andrew in the future. Who knows? You might even see him this year pop up in an AMA with us in Barcelona. That's a possibility. No promises, but it's a possibility. Other comments, questions from the community?
If you check the chat point, the chat in the AMA, we have.
Okay, I'll go back.
Yeah.
Okay. We need to raise some money for DK to get a better microphone. Yeah, I don't know if you know that, Danielle, but there's like a weird echo when you're speaking and it's kind of hard to hear you.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Although, yeah, it sounds a little better now, but yeah. Same. Too many overlapping collectibles. Do you intend to improve? I wonder what you mean by that. I'm not questioning your comment like I don't agree with it. I'm actually not sure I totally understand what you mean by overlapping collectibles. You mean that the design is exactly the same, or the cities are similar, or what exactly? Maybe if you're still listening, can you follow up with that so I understand better what you're wanting to know? Will we continue the benefits for OG NFTs? Yes. OG benefits for OG NFTs are at least two important things. One is you have a non-degrading increase in your daily earning cap of 2 per day. It never degrades. So we started to sell our own NFTs, but they're not OGs. What's the difference? A non-OG NFT gradually degrades over a 12-month period, so that you start with a +2 earning cap per day, but it gradually disappears to zero unless you, I forgot to mention. One of the benefits of the subscription is you don't have to maintain your NFT. It's maintained as part of the subscription. So while you keep the subscription, you don't have a degrading NFT. But the OG NFT doesn't degrade ever. As long as Wheelcoin's around, you get a +2 increase in your daily earning cap. Remember, earning cap is not guaranteed earning. It's like yesterday, I literally I would have earned over 4. I keep saying I should add another NFT to my Valora wallet because I have an OG NFT in my MetaMask wallet, and I have an OG NFT in my in my Valora wallet, as I bought an OG NFT from somebody, so I'd have 2. But I have them in both of my wallets for demo purposes. But if I stacked them like some of you have, I would be able to have up to 6. So there's 2 main utility points right now. There could be more in the future for the OG NFT. One is that the cap permanently, and the second one is it impacts not just your airdrop earning of WFT, but your ongoing earnings of WFT. Remember, we have a 2% allocation of WFT governance token as an airdrop, and we have 28% of our total token supply is allocated to community deployments over a 5-year period. And if you have the OG NFT, you get a higher rate of WFT. And if you have all of this first collectibles program of 100, that will increase your rate of earnings too. We're not giving the formula yet because A, we don't have it, because we might have more assets and more things you can do to earn, so we're not ready for it yet. And B, if we told you exactly what it was, you could game the system, which is what people do sometimes. And just like, what is a minimum I need to do to get the best airdrop, but not actually be engaged in the community. So we want people to be engaged in the community and then find out that because they've been engaged in all these different ways, they're getting all this, basically this free governance token, which will hopefully have value in the market. Yeah, okay, Andrew already answered that. Sorry, I didn't see. You did a good job answering it a lot faster than I did. When is multilingual support scheduled for the app? That is a good question. We're getting requests for that now. The requests we've gotten have been in Spanish, Japanese, Swedish. Those are the main ones we've been getting questions about. I'm curious, Olympic Wheeler, which language would you care most about? I see you writing, so maybe you would let us know. Korean. Now I know. Well, now I'm adding Korean to our list of requests for language support. One thing we were thinking of doing, and before we do multiple languages, is do multiple languages in the App Store for one thing, so that the description of the app is in your local language in many of these important countries. And then the other thing we're thinking of doing is doing a video where we do subtitles that allow, like, for people who've downloaded it, because the app isn't that complex, right? There isn't, I mean, there's a lot of screens, but it's not super complex. But like to understand how everything works and how you can get an NFT and what the subscription does and, you know, how discounts work and, you know, how you can use the leaderboards are coming out and how that's going to work, etc. It would be nice to have like an explainer video, and that we would like to have in multiple languages. So we'll probably do that before we launch the app itself in different languages. Yeah. Tyson confirmed that if you have multiple OG NFTs, they all stack on top of each other. So if you have like a 2 earning cap today, you get an NFT, OG NFT, you have 4. If you get another one, you get 6. And if you get another one, you have 8. So you stack your earning. And we haven't done the formula on this, but I'm assuming there will be extra benefits for people who have more than one OG NFT, which are kind of rare. You know, as we grow our community, think about it. We have cities that have millions of people that are going to be promoted to be using our app. Over time, we'll have tons of users, and we only have like 500 OG NFTs that are ever going to be made and available in the world. So acquiring more than one in the future OG NFTs won't be easy. So if you have more than one, that's a good thing. See. After the AMA, I've been calling and trying to get some scheduled appointments with all the major U.S. companies. When that's awesome. We have a program for Wheelcoin for Business, so I can take that offline with you. We have a deck we use. We have a bunch of companies that have already signed up. We have 10 companies on board already, Wheelcoin for Business. And we're in negotiations with some crazy big companies. One is a massive, massive company in the telecom space worldwide. Another company is a benefits company that represents thousands of companies around the world, helping them manage their employee benefits programs, like health benefits, wellness benefits, etc. And their clients, they have literally tens of millions of employees that use their service. Some of their clients, their company clients, now want to have a sustainable mobility plan and a program to encourage their employees to go green. And many, many companies around the world already are legally required to report their carbon emissions. including the carbon emissions from their employee mobility. But how does a company today have any idea how many emissions come from their employees moving around? How does your company know how you even get to work when you go to work? They don't know. They have no idea to know. So what they do now is a survey annually. Last year, as an employee, John, in this company, how many days a week did you come to the office? And how many days did you come by train? How many days did you come in your car, etc.? And they use that to come up with an estimate on how many emissions they have. So Wheelcoin gives them, we have a dashboard tool. It's anonymized data only from their employees. So the employees, when they sign up to Wheelcoin, they have to sign up with their email address from their company. We have a dashboard tool that filters out all the data and only shares with the company anonymized data from employee mobility. So that's the Wheelcoin for Business model. No Finish. Tyson, you're not only the first person to ever say anything about Finish in our app, you might be the only Finnish person who has it, and you barely can use it because you live in a rural area and you have to use your car everywhere. So we're not making it Finnish for you. Sorry, Tyson. When will we see Wheelcoin's own EV vehicle fleet? Uh-huh. That's a cool question. We have interacted with a company in Europe that has tokenized EV car sharing, and people can buy, they can buy tokens that are a percentage of a Tesla. And those Teslas are in a car sharing program or car rental. I think it's car sharing. And I've tried to get them interested in a partnership. So far, we don't have one. But, I could see some cool collaborations around that. So I've gotten through all the questions that are there now. I guess I don't have any other questions, Danielle,
Yeah,
that
there are
you're
no more
aware of?
questions. Nope. That's it, I think.
Huh?
That's it.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Good. Thanks, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you very much, guys. It was awesome.